Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have a secret weapon against stress? You know, when challenges and setbacks send most of us into a tailspin, they just navigate life's storms with this sense of calm. They get knocked down, sure, but they don't just get back up. They seem to bounce back even stronger. What if I told you this wasn't about personality or luck or just being positive? What if it was about biology? That there's a kind of neurological shield you can actually build to buffer yourself from the worst effects of stress? The science on this is surprisingly clear, and it all comes down to one powerful and trainable mindset. So stick around, because we're going to break down the biology of optimism and how you can use it to protect your own long-term health and well-being. Let's be real, modern life can feel like a nonstop stress fest. Deadlines, money worries, relationship drama, the 24/7 news cycle. It's just a relentless flood of demands. And that's not just in your head. Stress triggers a very real, very primal chain reaction in your body. Your adrenal glands start pumping out cortisol, your heart rate spikes, and your muscles get tight. It's the classic fight or flight response, an ancient survival tool that was designed to save you from a saber-toothed tiger, not to help you handle 1,000 unread emails. When this system is switched on all the time, day in and day out, it leads to chronic stress. And chronic stress is no joke. It can wear down your immune system, mess with your sleep, fog up your thinking, and it's a major player in things like anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. So, why do some people handle this so much better than others? The answer is in how they interpret the world. It lies in optimism. And before you click away thinking this is just another video on thinking happy thoughts, let's reframe what real optimism is. It's not about blindly believing nothing bad will ever happen. True, realistic optimism is the general belief that good things will happen, and more importantly, it's a deep-down confidence in your own ability to handle challenges and make good things happen. It's a skill, a muscle, and when you train it, you are literally, physically, changing your brain. So, how does a simple mindset create a physical shield against stress? The answer is hiding in the wiring of our brains. When a pessimist hits a roadblock, their brain's fear center, the amygdala, often kicks into overdrive, triggering that full-blown, cortisol-fueled stress response. It's a direct, unfiltered reaction. But an optimist's brain tends to work differently. It's like they have a better bouncer at the front door of their mind. This bouncer is a team effort led by a region called the orbitofrontal cortex, or OFC. You can think of the OFC as part of the brain's management team for rational thinking. And here's the fascinating part. Neuroimaging studies have shown that people who test high for optimism often have more gray matter in their OFC. This structural difference is key. A stronger OFC helps you regulate your emotional responses. So instead of letting the amygdala hijack your system, the OFC steps in to say, okay, this is bad, but it's temporary. What can I do about it? This process is the core of the stress shield. It acts as a buffer, softening the physical blow of whatever life throws at you. But that's not all. Another key area is the medial prefrontal cortex, or MPFC, which is involved in how we think about ourselves and the future. Optimists show a unique pattern of activity here that helps them psychologically separate positive future events from negative ones. This allows them to keep hope alive and maintain a forward-looking view, even when the present is tough. A failure today doesn't have to ruin their entire vision of tomorrow. So when we talk about a neurological shield, it isn't just a metaphor. We're talking about real, measurable differences in brain structure and function that lead directly to less anxiety and greater resilience against stress. By the way, if you're finding this breakdown of how your brain can become a stress-fighting machine useful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We get into the science of you every single week. To make this real, let's imagine two people, Alex and Ben. Both are smart, they work hard, and they both get the same bad news. They were passed over for a big promotion they really wanted. Alex, whose default setting is pessimism, immediately takes the failure personally. His inner monologue goes something like, I knew I wouldn't get it. I'm just not good enough. This always happens to me. I'll probably be stuck here forever. See the pattern? He makes it personal. I'm not good enough. Permanent, always, forever, and pervasive. My whole career is a failure. In his brain, the amygdala is firing on all cylinders. His cortisol levels are through the roof. He feels defeated, and he spends the night replaying every mistake he's ever made. His stress shield is completely down. Now let's check in with Ben, who's been actively working on his optimistic mindset. He's disappointed, of course, he's only human. But his inner monologue is totally different. It's more like, okay, this stings, but the competition was really tough. What can I learn from this? I'll ask for some specific feedback. This wasn't my time, but that doesn't mean it never will be. This one thing doesn't define my whole career. Ben's thinking is external, the competition was tough. Temporary, this wasn't my time. And specific, this one event. His well-practiced prefrontal cortex is on the job, calming the initial emotional flare-up from the amygdala. He isn't ignoring the negative. He's actively choosing a more resilient way to cope. He's already problem-solving. Because of this, his physical stress response is way shorter and less intense. The next day, he's not sulking. He's scheduling that feedback meeting. He's already building toward the next opportunity. This isn't about Ben being better than Alex. It's about Ben having trained a different set of mental muscles. And the ripple effects are huge. Study after study shows that optimists don't just feel less stressed. They tend to have better physical health, from stronger immune systems to lower rates of heart disease, partly because they aren't constantly soaking in stress hormones. Here's the best part. This neurological shield isn't something you're just born with. You can build it. Optimism is a learnable skill. So, let's get practical. Here are 3 proven techniques you can start using today to build your own shield. First, argue with yourself using the ABCDE model. This is a powerful tool from Dr. Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology. A is for adversity, the bad thing that happens. You get passed over for the promotion. B is for belief, your instant, automatic thought. I'm a failure. C is for consequence, how that belief makes you feel. Defeated, sad. Most of us stop there. But the magic is in the next 2 steps. D is for disputation. This is where you challenge that belief. Be a lawyer for yourself. Hold on, am I a total failure? I've had plenty of successes. Maybe there were other factors? What's a more helpful way to look at this? E is for energization. Notice how you feel after you've successfully talked back to the negative belief. You might not feel amazing, but you'll probably feel a sense of relief and a little more energy to move forward. Second, practice daily gratitude. I know, it might sound a little cliche, but its effect on the brain is real. Simply taking a few minutes each day to think of 3 specific things you're grateful for forces your brain to hunt for the positive. It activates the prefrontal cortex and can boost feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which helps stabilize your mood. Doing this regularly strengthens the neural pathways that make it easier to spot the good in your life. Third, visualize your best possible self. This isn't just idle daydreaming. It's a focused exercise. Take 15 minutes and write, in detail, about your life in the future, say, 5 years from now, imagining that everything has gone as well as it possibly could. Don't get hung up on the how. Just focus on the what. What does your career look like? Your relationships? Your health? This exercise has been shown to boost feelings of optimism and actually motivates you to take the small steps needed to get there. Now, we need to draw a very clear line between the healthy, realistic optimism we're talking about and its toxic cousin, toxic positivity. Realistic optimism is not about ignoring reality, stuffing down your negative feelings, or pretending problems don't exist. It's actually the opposite. It's having the courage to face challenges directly because you believe your actions matter and that you can make things better. Toxic positivity is denial. It's the just be happy or good vibes only platitude when someone is genuinely hurting. True optimism says, this is hard. This hurts. This is a real problem. And then it says, now what can I control? What can I learn? What's the path forward? It's about resilience, not repression. Look, stress isn't going away. The pressures of life are a given, but how you respond to them is not. It's not set in stone. You are not hardwired for anxiety or pessimism. The science is pretty clear on this. Optimism is a skill that can physically reshape your brain, building a biological shield that helps protect you from the damaging effects of stress. By deliberately practicing these techniques, you can engage your prefrontal cortex, calm your body's stress response, and improve your health in the long run. You have the power to change your brain and, by doing that, change your experience of life. It's not about ignoring the storm. It's about knowing you can build a stronger ship. So start forging that shield today. If you're ready to take the next step, I really recommend our video on the 3 habits that build unbreakable resilience. The link is right down in the description. And if this video gave you a new way to think about stress, please hit that like button, subscribe for more science-backed tips for a better life, and share this with someone you think needs to hear it. Thanks for watching.